Oh, it looks like I got a little bit of work in front of me. What is going on here? See, this is a what do you want to call it? Just a pipe for a drain. And I thought it went up in here, and I thought, why on earth do they have this going up there? Because I've been doing some work along here. If you've been watching my videos, you'd seen I've been digging out, trying to fix the sprinkler drip irrigation main system, and I finally figured it out and got it taken care of. But now, before I put everything back, I want to do some more work. I saw this drain line, and it came over here, zipsy doodled over here, and it keeps going, and it just goes on down that way, and it goes down to the bottom of the house. And this is a perforated drain line. See all the little slits on there? You can see them, and that's why they have this cloth underneath it. They had the cloth underneath it, and I noticed they didn't really have a cloth over it, which I think they actually did, because before I started digging to try to find the drip irrigation sprinkler problems, I had to see this stuff here. This cloth was underneath this over here, so it protected that. And I think their thinking was, hey, let's put this drip, I call it a drip irrigation drain line, but it's just a drain line, a corrugated kind of drain line, plastic, heavy duty plastic. Okay, and I guess their thought was, with this water coming off of here, they didn't want a whole lot of it coming out. I'm gonna go over here because there's a drain over there in the grass. Okay, but that's what they had done with this pipe here. Initially it was hooked onto here, and I think that was an afterthought. It was hooked on, and it curved around like that and dumped out onto the driveway. And I think they installed that after somebody else had installed this and was all covered up, and they thought, hey, we need to do something with this. So that was their idea. The water then went on here, slope and fall, going over to the drain line, and that drain line was right there. Okay, so then from there it goes out to the street over there by the mailbox. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I think this 3-inch drain line was an afterthought. They had this all covered up. This happens to be a 4-inch. And don't kid yourself. Sometimes you have to measure these, and don't just think, oh yeah, it's a 3-inch, I'll just get some parts for a 3-inch. Oh yeah, it's a 4-inch, and I'll just get some parts for a 4-inch. Okay, so they ran this up here. Boom, 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 and then it went over there. Okay, so because I was up to here, I thought, what can I do about this? I thought this one here, I would still have to hook it up and come around, build the rocks up over the top of it, and have a little hump here, and have the water continually drain here. And I thought, hey, since I know there's a pipe here, how about if I just take this and curve it on down to there, tap it in. And initially I thought, okay, how am I going to do that? And I thought maybe I'll just cut out the 4-inch drain line and put a box, like a drain line, kind of like the one I just showed you over in the grass, and then put it here and have it stick up a little bit. Or you can get a box that's a little bit bigger than that, and then the water, and then I would put this landscape rock back over it. Okay, I could do that. That's one way I could do it, right? And then the water would just pour out of this downspout, go into there. And I thought, well, okay, since this is up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually dig this down deeper, because I want the rocks to kind of come across from the driveway over about 4 or 5 inches, then slope up, because all this stuff here was sloped right on down to the driveway. And I'm constantly, see, it was like this here. Okay, I'm constantly having to kick these rocks back up here like that. And I even kind of dug a trough in there and kind of pooched the rocks in there, but they still kind of fall under there. Okay, so I don't want that anymore, because I'm this far. Of course I'm going to go the extra mile, and I'm going to dig this. I'm going to pull this up, and then I'm going to dig with my hammer and whatever else I got, my little shovel here, I'm going to dig this trench deeper by maybe 3 inches. And because I was going to do that, I thought, okay, if I have a drain here in the corner, I kind of wanted the drain box over to the left a little bit, and so I can curlicue that over. I can take this, because once it comes up, see, they just stopped it right here, and they put this cloth over it, and that's the end of it, right there. You see that? And they just kind of did that. I've never seen that before. Okay, since it's there, after I dig this up, I'm gonna take this line and kind of push it this way about 4 or 5 inches, so that it can go and snake. It could snake around, and then I could get this over a little bit further. Okay, so that's one way to do it. And I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll do it a different way. They've had this on there before, and it's got an end for the downspout. You can get these. See that? Isn't that kind of nice? It fit right on there. That happened to be a 4-inch line, and then they connected a 3-inch on there. And this, lots of times nowadays they have fittings that you can either hook to 3-inch or 4-inch. See these little notches right here? That's if this pipe was a 4-inch, it would just go up there. But from here down, if I were to take this off, this goes down this way a little bit further, and then it's got the same type of nodules to fit this 3-inch on there. Okay, so I kind of like that they got fittings nowadays. You can use the fittings for 3 or 4-inch. And so I started thinking, maybe I'll just get a T, cut this out, and have a T, put it in there, and have it stick up, reconnect this onto the downspout, and then have it go right down on top of here with the T. And the T, then the water would take this downspout, will go right down into this drain pipe. This drain pipe keeps going along here, and then it goes on down down to the backyard, and then out through the back. There's a big rock retaining wall out there, and it goes down back there through into a common area, I guess. Okay, so I thought, okay, I have to do that. I thought, okay, now I'm have to get a T at the store, a 4-inch T, and then I need to get a reducer from 4-inch to 3-inch, so that I can get this 3-inch pipe hooked onto it. This hooked onto a T. I went to the store, and boom, here's what I got. That's it. And I thought, nah, this is never going to work. But it's if you look in that small little writing, it says for 3-inch and 4-inch pipe. And I thought, how is that? I'm gonna set the video camera tripod up. I thought, how is this hooked up for so that you can use 3 or 4-inch? And it is, because what happens is a 4-inch pipe would fit over the top of this and snap on. See these little ridges? A 3-inch pipe actually will fit inside this and kind of connect onto that. I thought, how slick is that? Okay, so the 4-inch is going to go here, and they even put little ribs on here. So the ribs. I'm gonna have to rehook that on there. Yeah, it'll go. I thought I had just broken it. Okay, let's snap on there. See where all these ridges are? You can kind of pull on these. See, I just. Okay, so that's what my little video series is going to be about for right now. And yes, granted, I still have my sprinkler issues to get finished. I took out all kinds of plants. I told my wife, I says, well, since I'm gone this far, which plants don't you like in here? And I'll tear those out, because I've got to redo the pipe in here. Look at it, look at all the bubblers, figure out. I still want to get all the bubblers to the existing drain pipe that I have down in here. Okay, I still want to get those up to the top, up inside the different bushes instead of outside. I don't want them underneath where I can't see them, where they can clog, where I don't know if they're even working. And so I'm going to be spending lots more time getting all that figured out. But I thought, hey, one thing after another, what should I do first? I thought, let's just get this right here taken care of now, get it out of the way and be done with it before I can do something else. Make sense?